shopping campaigns, Google shopping campaigns, not to be confused with smart shopping, which is now Performance Max. And we will touch on that later, chapter 6, I think. So if that's what you're after, stay tuned. We'll be covering Performance Max later on. So shopping campaigns obviously are great for anyone who's in e-commerce. If that's you, then this could be the campaign type for you. Build on a cost per click in the Google search results, product focused, performance led, another great campaign type. Let's dive into a little bit more about shopping campaigns. And again, we circle back around to our trusty funnel. And similar to search, shopping sits towards the lower end of the funnel. And I think that's probably to be expected, right? Primarily targeting those in the consideration or conversion phase. So if you already know a little bit about how shopping campaigns work, you'll understand why this is. But spoiler alert, shopping campaigns don't use keywords. They use your product feed. Something we'll discuss in a minute, by the way. So this is why it's only targeting, or it's only really getting in front of in-market and high-intent audiences. So it's people that Google think are directly looking for a particular product. And it's taking its list of products it's got from all different advertisers, and it's saying, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 we're going to show because these are relevant to what this person's searching. And it's usually more than 5 as well. But as you will imagine, with such a product-focused campaign type, it's obviously going to lean towards the lower end of the funnel. So it's going to capture those people who already know about your brand and just those who don't know about your brand but are in market. And it is really a good campaign type, but it can be a little bit tricky with setup and things like that. In the demonstration, we'll also do a setup of the product feed and linking the merchant center to its various different aspects as well. So stay tuned if this is something that you are particularly interested in. I can tell you now, if you set up a shopping campaign correctly and give it time, they can be very, very effective at driving sales. Last thing I'll say is, if you're an e-com brand or an e-com business and you're using something like Shopify or WooCommerce, this is much, much easier to set up because there's already a linking between those platforms. So you can just simply, Shopify, for example, you can add the Google app to your Shopify account, link your Google accounts through that, and you will auto-generate a product feed from Shopify into Merchant Center, which helps massively when setting these types of campaigns up. So if that is you, great news. It's going to be quite straightforward for you to set these sort of campaigns up, which is fantastic. So it's a great one to try. If that's not you, don't worry. First of all, go and check the official Google list about which ones they have integrations with. But there are ways of doing it manually as well. It may be just a little bit more technical, but don't worry. It's still possible to do it. You can use shopping campaigns to promote your online and local inventory, boost traffic to your website, and find better qualified leads. So some of the benefits of shopping campaign are better qualified leads. As a merchant, you can increase the quality of your leads by featuring product information directly in your ads to help users make informed purchase decisions. Easy retail-centric campaign management. Instead of keywords, shopping ads use the product attributes you define in your Merchant Center data feed to show your ads in relevant searches. Please remember though, although it doesn't use keywords directly, you can add negative keywords to your shopping accounts. If you find yourself showing up against terms that are irrelevant, you can implement those. A broader presence, so more than one of your shopping ads can appear for a given user search. And if relevant, a shopping ad and a text ad can also appear at the same time. This means that your reach with users for a single search could double. So if you are running search campaigns in tandem with this, they can show at the same time, which is great, gives you that real page dominance. Just remember that the shopping campaigns often sit above the paid search campaigns sit underneath. Sometimes they're off to the side, sometimes they're above, but It can actually be top page. You can get featured in one of the products and then have your paid search campaign underneath, which is again like a dominant page position, just like in the page search chapter we spoke about the screen real estate. This is another one of those real estate grabbing campaigns that can assist in that page dominance on specific search terms. Powerful reporting and competitive data. So see how your products are performing at any level of detail that you want. So that's another great thing to bear in mind. And lastly, there are just some examples on the right-hand side here. So in order to run shopping campaigns, you'll first need to link or import your products to a feed and then link your merchant center to your Google Ads. Don't worry, we will go through how to do this in a moment. Essentially, shopping ads use your existing merchant center product data, not keywords. So stressing again that this is not keyword focus, to decide how and where to show your ads. The product data that you submit through Merchant Center contains details about the products that you sell. We'll use these details when we match a user's search to your ads. Make sure that you show the most relevant products. So you manage your shopping ads in Google Ads using shopping campaigns, a simple and flexible way to organize and promote your Merchant Center product inventory within Google Ads. Just like other ad formats, your shopping campaigns participate in an ad auction. You're charged using the cost per click model. So remember that this is also CPC based as well, which is when someone clicks on your ad. Just to reiterate here, the things we'll want to make sure we have done correctly here is have the shopping feed campaign set up correctly and accurately. And then we'll want to have our campaign structure in place, the right campaign structure in place to ensure successful execution of these campaigns. Before we jump into the demonstration, as with all the others, I want to touch on the campaign structure. It's really important to set these things up correctly. I think the biggest mistake I see for shopping campaigns is that people just go in, create one campaign, and just let the whole thing fly. And okay, you can do that, but again, it comes back to what I've said previously. You've got no control if you do it that way. Because if you've got a product list where you sell clothes, shoes, wallets, everything, and you notice that your wallet ads or your wallet products keep featuring in clothing or shoe-based search terms, you can't apply negative search terms to those products because it's going to impact your whole campaign and all of your products, right? If you go all products in one, you'll be able to make no optimizations and you won't be able to drive the efficiencies of your shopping campaigns. So what we need to do is we need to apply the correct account structure. Well, before we touch on the account structure, I'll just touch on the general account types that there is. So with our normal campaigns, we have campaign level and ad groups. We still have those in our shopping campaigns. But rather than audiences, we would have the audience within the ad group. This time we have the product feed segmentation within the ad group level. And then finally at the bottom here, we've got audiences where we can add particular audiences that we want to target. Slightly different to the other campaigns, but still functions in a very, very similar way. To set ourselves up for success, we need to start with a campaign. So for me, I'm going to use the example of a clothing store again, I guess. And I'm just going to have a generic campaign here where I want to have product sales. So this is going to be a sales-focused campaign. And what I want to do then is I want to split my products that I have available. And in this case, I just have wallets and shoes available. I don't want them in one ad group. I want to split them out. So I have a wallets ad group and a shoes ad group. So that means I need to apply the wallets product feed only to my wallets ad group and my shoes feed to my shoes ad group. Now, you can have different product feeds for different products, but what you'll probably have is just one product feed with everything. So you can actually go in and you can determine which products will show from the product feed. And I'll show you how to do that when we do the setup and the live setup demonstration in the next section. So don't worry about that. But all you need to take away from here is the product feed we want in the wallets ad group is wallets only, all of your wallet related products. And likewise for shoes, we want just shoes in those products. again, the next level down there is audiences. So we just want, and you don't have to add audiences, by the way, but if you do, you want to have the audiences that you know are converting for your wallets. So, I may want to go in here and add an audience for in-market for wallets for my wallet ad group, and I may want to have in-market for shoes for my shoes campaign, but that's entirely up to you. So plan this before setting up your campaign. As with everything, have your product feed set up before setting up your campaign as well. And then we'll structure our campaigns in these way, and that will make things very simple when we go to build them. That is it for the slides. Next up is the demonstration section. So I'll see you in the next video.